Hello doctors, welcome. We are back once again with a new topic related to intraoral camera. Today we will discuss on how to get this two screen setup done for your intraoral camera. Like always, doctor, we will discuss this topic in detail, and by the end of this video you will have a clear-cut idea on how this two screen setup is done, along with what are the components and connections and the locations of the components required for this. So in order to understand this topic in complete detail, we will divide it into three parts. The first part will be related to the components that will be required to get this two screen setup done. Second part will be related to connections, which will help us to get all these components connected and to get our intraoral camera working with two screens. This topic will cover the complete connections like USB connections, HDMI connections, wired connections, and even wireless connections. And lastly, in the third part, doctors, I will show you my own intraoral camera two screen setups of all the three dental clinics. Luckily, all the three dental clinics have a different and unique layout plans. So this will give you a more practical idea on how in different situations and different types of clinic layouts, you can get these two screen setups done. So doctor, once again, welcome. I am Dr. Tarun Mavadia from Dental Academy. Let's begin. So doctors, our first part is related to components, and here are some of the components that will be required to get our two screen setup done. So doctors, as you can see on the screen, the first component required will be obviously a computer. It can be either a CPU or a laptop computer. My suggestion is to get a CPU and not a laptop. I have already made a video on comparison between a CPU and a laptop for a dental use. If you have not gone through that video, I would suggest you to please go through the video after completing this video. In short, CPU computers have a better life and can be easily upgraded, while laptops will have a limited life and they cannot be easily upgraded. So our first component required for this two screen setup of intraoral camera is a computer, and my suggestion is to get a CPU. Moving further, the next component required for this will be a 32-inch screen which will be placed on a doctor's consultation table, and the second screen will be onto our dental chair. So the components up till now were one of the CPU, second one was a 32-inch screen on the doctor's consultation table, and the third one is a 24-inch screen onto your dental chair. Next is a wireless keyboard to make these things functional. Another component is called as HDMI splitter, which will divide these signals into two screens. And for that, we will require similarly a HDMI cable. One will be longer and another one will be shorter. The shorter HDMI cable will be provided along with your TV screens. But for the longer HDMI cable, you will have to buy it separately. In the further video, you will get a clear idea why a long HDMI cable will be required. And the last component for this two screen setup is obviously an intraoral camera. We have already made 3 videos on intraoral camera. What is an ideal intraoral camera? What are the benefits of this, particularly to the new dentist? How you can earn more money through it? I also given you my recommendation, one of the most economical and a good quality camera. Okay, and how to use them on your tablets, on your mobiles, and also on your computer. So go through those initial 3 parts if you are new to this channel and you have not gone through those videos. So doctors, in conclusion, here are some of the realistic pictures of these components. The purchase link and the description links are provided in the description of this video. You can go through those links and compare those prices along with when you are going to buy them, and whenever you find them economical, you can purchase from there. Moving further, doctors, this was our first part related to components of the two screen setup. Now let us discuss the second part for this, and that is the connections required for these two screen setups. So doctors, for the connections required in a two screen setup, we will consider a situation number 1 where a CPU is used. My suggestion to all the doctors who already have a CPU or who are planning to get their new dental clinics, my suggestion is always to get a CPU. So for all the doctors who are going to set up their new dental clinic, my suggestion is please go with a CPU, okay, and please avoid laptops. Here are the details on the connections that will follow when you have a CPU for your intraoral camera setup. So doctors, as you can see on the screen, here is a CPU, the front and the back side. The front side generally has 2 or 3 USB points. You can use these points to connect your RVG and intraoral camera. But the major connection panel is on the back side of the CPU, and here on the picture you can see it. We are going to make it more convenient to you, so we have just cut out the section. These red dots which are visible to you are the USB connections. They are high-speed USB connections. I suggest you all to use your intraoral camera and also your RVGs on these high-speed USB connections. Moving further, this section is an audio output. So if you want to connect any speakers, etc., you can use them. The yellow section is an internet connection for your broadband wires, etc. And this section is the main display connection. The blue port is called as an VGA port. It is an older technology now, while the other port is an HDMI port. And this is the most common port found right now with all the advanced and new LED TVs. And we are going to utilize this HDMI port to transfer all the pictures from our CPU or computer to the 2 screens. And doctors, this magic of using one computer and displaying it on 2 screens will be done with a component called as HDMI splitter. A HDMI splitter will get an input from one part and it will divide the signals into 2 parts. From one port, the signal will go through the long HDMI cable to the 32-inch screen on the doctor's consultation table, and through the other port, the short HDMI cable will transfer the signal to the screen on the dental chair. This picture shows that most of the LED TV will have an HDMI cable either on the sides or on the back, so make sure you don't miss them. Now comes our second section in this discussion, and that is to use intraoral camera as a 2-screen setup using a laptop. So first and foremost, doctors, my suggestion is you can use this by using the screen of your laptop also, and I will demonstrate to you how you can use a laptop and also get 2 screens for a better quality vision. This will be helpful to the doctors who have old laptops and the screens are not that good. Please remember, doctors, the function of these 2 screens or a bigger screen is to show minute issues to the patient by enlarging them. So if your display from the laptop is not good enough, it is not going to create that effect that we want, and it will not motivate the patient as better as it is done by on a bigger screen and a good quality screen. Okay, moving further in our point of discussion, let us first look at a scenario where we are going to use the laptop screen and we are going to use an additional 32-inch screen. So here the picture is going to show you how this setup is going to be working. So in order to use intraoral camera with the laptop and only one screen, our suggestion is to put the screen onto utility tray. Okay, these utility trays are easily available. In a laptop, you will have USB points through which you can connect your RVGs and intraoral cameras, and you will also have an HDMI port through which you are going to connect a long HDMI cable, and this HDMI cable will be connected to a 32-inch screen on the doctor's consultation table. So through the dental chair, you can pass the long HDMI cable onto the corner of the wall, and you can make it pass through the ceiling of your clinic, and you can drop it down at the corner of your consultation table. On the consultation table, using a wireless keyboard and connecting it to the laptop, we'll be able to manipulate the laptop by using the keyboard from anywhere in the clinic. So doctors, in a way, we are not going to utilize the keyboard from our laptop. This wireless keyboard connected to the laptop will facilitate us to use the laptop screen anywhere from any corner of the dental clinic. And this is how we are going to use our laptop screen onto our dental chair and an additional 32-inch screen. So the display on the laptop screen and the 32-inch screen will be the same, and we will be able to manipulate or use our laptop by using the wireless keyboard connected to the laptop. Still, doctors, the screen on the laptop will not be clearly visible to the patient because of the odd position of our patient. My suggestion is that if you already have a laptop, try out this second method that I am suggesting, and it will work out great for you. So my second suggestion for the doctors who already have a laptop, or for the doctors who have old laptops and the screen are not better, check out this solution. Doctors, my suggestion is to transfer your laptop from your utility tray onto a table besides your dental chair. Now you can get a new 24-inch screen and connect it to your dental chair. Like we transferred one signal from our CPU onto the two screens on our dental chair and consultation table, similarly your laptop is going to become a CPU, and using a long HDMI cable, we are going to pass it through our corner of the clinic, through our false ceiling onto the top, and connect it to a 32-inch screen on our consultation table. And using a short HDMI cable, we will connect it to the 24-inch screen on our dental chair. And this will be connected with an HDMI splitter to our laptop. So in a way, output signals from our laptop will be divided into both the screens. So now using a wireless keyboard, we will be able to operate our laptop, and whatever functions are done onto the laptop will be visible onto the laptop screen, and they will be similarly visible onto our 24 and 32-inch screen. Now, my suggestion is, doctor, in order to increase the battery life of your laptop, you can just turn off the screen of your laptop. So, using the wireless keyboard, you will be still able to manipulate looking at any of the 24 or 32-inch screen, and you will be able to prolong the battery life of your laptop. So this is my better function hack for you, for all the doctors who want to use a laptop, or who already have a laptop, or who have a laptop with a poor quality screen. You can convert the laptop into a CPU, but you will have to place it near your dental chair. And then using a HDMI splitter, you can convert the signals of your laptop onto the two screens altogether. But my recommendation to you will be, in future, if you by chance have any issues with your laptop, at that point of time you can get a CPU which will be much cheaper compared to a laptop. So doctors, I hope now you have an idea components that will be required to get this two screen intraoral setup done, and also you have an idea on what type of connections will be required along with the wires and along with keyboards in order to make this two screen setup more functional. Now doctors, under this connection topic, I would like to shed some light on how to transfer your long HDMI cable from your CPU or your laptop to your consultation table. In general, there are three methods to get this wire transfer done. Number one, the most easiest, economical, and for all the dentists who are going to set up their dental clinic, I request you to follow this method, and that is transferring the wire through the false ceiling, or in commonly known as POP ceiling. Second method can be transferring the wires through the corner of the wall of the dental clinic. This can be particularly useful for the dentists who already have set up their dental clinic and their dental clinic does not have a false ceiling. So it will be more economical and more aesthetic for you to transfer the wire through the walls at the ground level. And the third method that can be followed is you can transfer the wire by concealing them inside the wall. This method will be little bit expensive because you need to get laborers to drill a hole through the wall and then you need to cover it. This can only be done when you are just remodeling your clinic altogether. But my suggestion is, doctor, in these modern times, it becomes necessary for a dental clinic to have a false POP ceiling. And also when you have a false POP ceiling, when you use your LED lights, the LED lights which are similar to our day lights, and that is around 6000 or 6200 K luminance, they will help you to get a better natural daylight inside your dental clinic. And this can also support you in your shade selection and keep the atmosphere inside your dental clinic more like a daylight. But still, doctors, I would like to share this method also with you. So let us look at some of these details, how these wired are transferred. So doctors, as you can see on your screen, here is a two picture. One is the side wall of a dental clinic and one is the front view of a wall of a dental clinic. On the top, you can see a false ceiling. So first method is wire on the ceiling. So here you can see the wire will pass on through your false ceilings altogether and will not be seen anywhere. Second method is passing the wire onto the wall. This is generally done at the bottom corner of the wall. And these wires are placed into a small concealed plastic box. These boxes are connected or screwed onto your walls most probably at the bottommost corner as it is visible to you on the screen, and you can pass them through all the nicks and corners of your dental clinic. Okay, so wires will be passing from this bottommost part altogether, and they will be not be visible in your natural plane sight. Okay, now through this plastic box you can transfer or place your wires inside, and also transfer them as away as much as you want. And lastly, these covers will get covered up with a protective covering on top. So this will give a better aesthetic look to your wire getting transferred from one corner to the other corner. When I got my dental clinic setup done, at my first dental clinic, I was not this much experienced and there was no one to guide me. So I have made a lot many mistakes designing in my own dental clinic. Yes, doctors, I did not have that much budget to hire an interior. So all the 3 dental clinics that I have are designed by me. And after establishing my dental academy, I have helped more than thousands of dentists regarding planning, locations, budgets, and also getting their interiors and so many things all together. So now I have a much more experience and a practical look on how to get a dental clinic setup done. Okay, coming back to our point of topic. So we have looked at 2 methods. Number 1 method, which is the most common, I recommended it, and that is to transfer your wires through your false ceilings. Number 2nd method was to pass the wires through the corners of your walls. And now comes the 3rd method, which is the most costlier method and impractical method, but still I would like to bring it to your attention. So the 3rd method is concealing the wire inside the wall. And for this method, your carpenter or mason can drill a hole or a ditch throughout the area where you want to transfer your wire. Then the wires will be placed inside a protective pipe in this hole, and then this pipe will be covered up and concealed with the wall material together. Finally, these are the 3 methods of transferring a wire from one end to the other end. Depending on your situation and condition, you can go with any one of them. So doctor, a small question might arise in your mind that why do we require this long wire? So wherever you place your CPU or laptop, either on consultation table or on near your dental chair, one long wire will be required. By placing the CPU and the laptop near your dental chair, you can easily utilize your intraoral camera and RVG and place them inside your patient's mouth, and your assistant can help you with those things. And you can transfer those signals using a short HDMI cable onto your dental chair, and you can transfer those signals using a long HDMI cable onto your consultation table. And this all will be functional with the help of an wireless keyboard. You can also transfer a long wire along with your HDMI cable to use a wired keyboard, but I think the cost of that wire will be more than the wireless keyboard that I am suggesting. So doctors, believe me, I have done this setup for myself 3 times and for many doctors altogether, and the suggestions and the practical pictures which are shown to you are the most economical and right and correct options for our intraoral camera. Still, as always, I give you freedom to contact me for any type of question you have related to dentistry, and we always try our level best to find your best possible solution. Moving further with the video, doctors, this brings us to our 3rd part, and that is to show you my own intraoral camera setups with 2 screens at all my 3 dental clinics. So doctors, here are those setups. As you can see on the screen, this is the layout of my first dental clinic. Here is the entrance to my dental clinic. This is the waiting room area and the reception area of my first dental clinic. This is the entry to my operating area. Here is my consultation table. This is my dental chair position. This is my working tray table. I was not much experienced, so I got a very big working tray table. I would not recommend it now. The second one is my compressor area. Here is my wall mount X-ray, and this green box is the position of my CPU. This screen is my screen on the dental chair, and the red one is my screen on my consultation table. So discussing about the connections here, A short wire will be connected as shown by arrows to my smaller screen, and initially when I got my setup done, my wire was going through the walls from the sideways, but when I remodeled my dental clinic, now my wire goes through the ceiling onto the top over here at my 32-inch screen. Here, doctor, now is my layout of my second dental clinic. As you can see, this is the main entrance to my dental clinic. This is the waiting room area and the reception of my dental clinic. Here is the entry to my operatory. Here is the consultation table. This is my dental chair position. Here is my working tray table. I have modified it smaller. This is the washroom area. Doctors, when I got my first dental clinic, I was not aware much about the importance of a washroom in a dental clinic. So at that point of time, I did not realize it during my planning. But later on, I realized my mistake. And one habit that I always have is to make a mistake once. And this is what is taught to us by my family. And I make it a point every time during my courses in our Dental Academy to bring this attention to all my participants, that you are allowed to make 1,000 mistakes in your life, but those mistakes have to be once at a time. You are not allowed to make the same mistake second time in your life. This is the proven scientific reason and the most effective way to become more perfect and to become more successful at a faster rate. This area is a general area for our compressor room. Here is my wall mount screen. This screen box is the position of my CPU. This is my screen on my dental chair, and the red one is the screen on my consultation table. So in this position, there are two ways to transfer your long wire. Number one method will be you can pass it through on the walls at the corner, and the wire will pass through the walls and it will reach to your main screen from the corner of your walls altogether. But according to me, the effective way will be passing it through the topmost ceiling and it will directly reach to your 32-inch screen. Now doctors, here is the third setup of my third dental clinic. As you can see, this is the main entrance of my clinic. Here is the waiting room area and the reception area. This is the entry to my operatory. Here is my separate consultation room. This is my consultation table. Here is the position of my dental chair. This is my working platform, which is concealed inside the door. Here I have a washroom area. Okay, my compressor and my generators are located over here. This is my wall mount X-ray position. This green color box is again my CPU. The black screen is the screen on the dental chair, and the red screen is the screen on my consultation room. So doctors, here also there are two ways to transfer your wired connection to the other room. And the first method can be transferring the wire through the walls on the corner and then transferring it anyhow which is concealed area to the back of the screen. Second method will be the transferring the wire through the POP ceiling and dropping it down to the 32-inch screen. Now doctors, you might still have one question, that how to use a wireless keyboard when your consultation room is separate or has a smaller door. So if you try to look at the picture again, I have smartly placed my consultation table on a side where there is a direct line of vision from my consultation table to my CPU altogether. And this direct line of access makes it easy for my keyboard to wirelessly connect to the CPU. And once I operate my keyboard onto my consultation table, it will easily operate my CPU, and whatever inputs are given will be visible on my both screens, either on the dental chair and also inside my consultation room. But now for some doctors who don't have such straight line of vision, what can be the way out of it? So there can be two methods for this. Either you can get a glass door which is almost transparent, and then your connections will be easily transferred to the computer or desktop, whatever you have, but you still need to have a straight line of access. Second method can be, along with your HDMI cable, you can transfer your USB cable along with it, and then you can place the USB cable near the entrance of your door, which will be in the midway of your computer and also your consultation table, but it will be high on the ceiling. And by doing so, your keyboard, either from your consultation table or inside your operating room, will easily transfer the signal to the USB point which is high on the ceiling area, and then you can manipulate it, and the signals from the wireless keyboard will be transferred to the USB point, and from the USB point it will be transferred through wire to your computer, and you can manipulate it all together. And the number third and the most easiest method can be, you can use a wireless keyboard inside your operatory, and you can additionally transfer a second USB cable along with your HDMI cable, and using that USB cable connect it to a wired keyboard. So now when you are inside your operatory, you can use the wireless keyboard, and when you are inside your consultation table, you can use a wired keyboard. And yes, doctors, two keyboards can be connected to a computer or a laptop, and whatever keyboard you are manipulating will give you results on your screens. So doctors, I hope now you have complete idea on what are the components required for two screen setups, what are the connections required for the two screen intraoral setups, and lastly, what should be the location of your 24-inch screen, 32-inch screen, your computer or your laptop, and how to transfer your wires. Okay, doctors, as such there can be thousands of layout for every dental clinic, but I think the three setups that I have covers most of the common layouts altogether. But still, like always, I give you full freedom to contact us for any type of queries you have related to dentistry, and like always, we will try our level best to bring out the perfect solution for you. At the end, doctors, few important notices altogether. We hope that our free composite course was worth it for you and you were able to take benefit of it. If you are a new member to this channel, we try to conduct it twice a year. It is an around 30 to 35 days of a course, daily 1 hour. It completely covers the composite, and we guarantee it will change your composite for life. So if you missed it, you can again join us in the January, and we will share the details like last time also on the group. Next important notice is the details of our WhatsApp group are in the description below. You can go through the details and you can join our WhatsApp group. Particularly if you are a new dentist who has already set up the dental clinic, if you are planning to set up your dental clinic, if you are a new passed out dentist, all these dentists who require moral and mental support more, and they don't have any place to ask small and simple questions, this is the group for you. Here there are no biases. We try to help every type of dentist, and you will get solutions, practical base, and the most economical solutions from our side altogether. So if you are a dentist who has no one to ask any question, we are here for you. Join our group and feel free to ask any type of questions, and we will definitely help you out in your queries. So doctors, that's all from me on this topic. See you all again yet with another interesting video. Until then, stay tuned to the channel. Thank you.